Good evening, good evening, good evening. Come into the J Spot, replacing your G Spot every Thursday from 6 to 7, giving you real relationship talk, real relationship drama with the best night of your life. Your host Jay and Simply E, hold on, get ready to enter the J Spot on intellectualradio.com.
Good evening and welcome to the best night of your life. You are entering the J Spot and I'm your host Jay, and this bubbling beauty right here, this is Simply E. You're listening to intellectualradio.com. Oh, I am excited to be here tonight. Oh my goodness. I just want to get right into a real quick recap of last week. I needed help after that show last week because that was definitely something else. We talked about cheating, and the scenario was if you found out your spouse or your significant other were cheating, and they were profusely sorry, they're begging you for forgiveness, and you stated that you would forgive them on one condition, that you would cheat yourself. And that conversation definitely got really, really heated. And I love heat. I love heat. So
what was your answer?
I'm going to cheat. Yeah, no, I mean, it's a week later and I still feel the same way. I mean, although you all definitely did give me a lot to think about, you guys educated me, and I just, said, okay, I mean, it went in one ear and out the other ear, basically, but it was really sound advice for someone that was trying to hear that. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, it just wasn't me. So somebody out there, though, did get the help that they need. It wasn't me, though.
The guys that were on the show, they said they would leave the relationship. The two females said they would cheat. I said, that I would just try to work it out. I'm not going to cheat, but I would try to, the trust would be most definitely gone. You would have to earn that trust back.
And see, that's why I love you, because you always try to be the voice of reason. I need balance in my life because, I struggle with the different, voices. Get them. And then this one is saying, okay, be nice. But this voice is louder. The get them voice is louder. See, so just know that, I'm definitely struggling to bring the two together. But tonight, we're going to be nice tonight. Yes. Well, we're going to start off nice. But tonight we'll be talking about dating. Is dating dead? Do people even date anymore? Or has dating been replaced with just simply hooking up?
Hey, booty call.
Okay, well, yeah. No, we have, yes, please, just at the end of the night, I just want to know that I can still have flowers and someone opening the door for me, because I am a lady, whether y'all think so or not. I definitely am a lady. Yeah, don't look at me like that. But we will be back. We have a guest this evening. Yes. His name is Mr. Armand Lamar, and he will be here to talk to us tonight in regards to how does he feel from a man's point of view on this dating versus hooking up business. We'll get to all that. But we're going to be back in a few minutes after this musical break. We'll see you in a minute. And as you see that our guest has joined us, this is Mr. Armand Lamar. How are you, Armand?
I'm fine.
Good. Are you ready to enter the J Spot?
Oh, yeah.
You ready to hit it?
In the J Spot.
All right. Well,
we came through the back of the spot.
No, we're not coming through the back.
No,
we're not hitting the J Spot.
There is definitely no backdoor action over here.
I'm just saying that's how I got in.
Okay.
How did I get into the spot?
Coming to the back way. Okay, we'll let you slide then. All right.
We're going to clarify that right now, because you know how many inbox messages we will be getting. Oh, Jay,
we coming to your back door.
She get out like that? Wait a minute. No, that was just... We really did come in through the back door of the physical building. We just want to, clarify that, because, it may be children or, seniors listening to this. I don't want them.
Seniors to be getting, listen.
Right.
They get it. They get it on. I know. I've been singing them. One of my clients, she had just,
shimmied her little stuff and had her boyfriend's face right up in it. And she about 80 something. So
Oh.
they be getting it.
So now, are they still dating?
Well, they in the nursing facility, so I don't know if they dating. They just getting it.
But see, they go for coffee and everything like that, and if
Like
they're
down the
meeting
hall.
You know
up,
what? She does come by and see him when he gets up in the morning. She comes by and they have conversation and stuff. And then throughout the day, after he has lunch, she comes by after lunch and stuff and have some more conversation. And then by nighttime, if no one's looking, she got his head plastered in her chest. There's nothing there because they didn't hit the
plastered
floor.
in the chest.
But he be just,
All right, child,
motorboating.
plastered in the chest.
Hey, I want to go out like that.
Oh no. Okay, well, I don't want mine sagging to the floor in order to get that
Sagging,
kind of
but
action, but
I
I
want to
mean,
have a good ride out when I go.
so you want to go out with a bang?
Woo!
All right, listen, get the fireworks. I want to go out with two.
Hello?
So tonight we are talking about dating.
Yes.
I'm single. What's your status?
I'm seeing someone.
Okay, Armand, what's your status?
Complicated.
It's complicated.
Wait a
I'm saying that's what Facebook says.
Wait a minute.
complicated.
There is no such thing
Yes,
as
it is.
complicated.
Yes, it
you
is.
are or you are not.
What
I don't
is
believe that.
complication? What? I hope us explain that. For us.
Complication is like, you have people that you care about, and things may have transpired that may kind of drive you in different, areas of your life. But sometimes you make it back around and things can get fixed. And
See, I can already tell we about to have a problem. 'cause
Hey, I'm just being real. It's enough.
If it's complicated, then are you off the market or are you on the market?
Now that's a good question.
See?
That's a good question. Right now, I'm like in the doorway. I'm
in
like
limbo, huh?
on my way going back in or coming out. Like I'm either grabbing my bags or I'm returning. I don't know.
y'all
I gotta
on
look
a,
at that's where we're at.
A quote unquote break.
Yeah, a hiatus.
So when people take breaks, do you dip out?
I mean,
But really, would it be considered dipping out though
because
if
y'all on a break.
it's complicated? See, I'm not gonna even touch that
Right,
with a 10-foot pole. But I want to know, as far as dating, I myself, I'm single. So, and I know a lot of single people, and what I'm starting to notice is this dating thing in this 2016, it's crazy. I mean, you really don't want to get caught out here being single at this time. It's just, you guys, it's just not good. Because I remember a time where a guy would call you up, you would talk on the phone, they would ask you out, he would come and pick you up, you would go out to eat, go to the movies and whatever other activity you all have. And then you'll go home. He'll go home. He'll call you. You'll stay on the phone all night talking goo-goo and this and that. And that was good. And you do that several times. And then at some point, you'll either decide you like each other or you don't. If you like each other, then you proceed forward. If you don't, you kind of go your separate ways. Fast forward, 2016, this social media. My God. I mean, and these cell phones, can I just get a conversation? Please, I know we are all busy, but I like to hear voices. I'm not sure about you all. How do you feel about the texting?
Yes.
I mean, I'm okay with it, but I prefer a call.
As far as texting, first of all, some things can't even be text. So we have to learn how to communicate with one another. So that's early on. How you set it up in the beginning is how everything's going to go down the line, right?
Okay.
So if you I'm misinterpreting what you're saying because you sending me texts, you got to send me emojis for me to understand if you're playing
Right.
or not. So it's very difficult to get to know one. Know a person. First of all, we're so layered, as people, so it's kind of hard to get to know a person through text. So I don't even like going through the self checkout at the store. So if we talk about that, I like human beings. I like touching people and things like that. I'm haptic.
So now what about you, E?
I've done the dating, online dating thing, and when I did meet people that way, we did, we talked on the phone, and if you made it past the third day, because I got rid of people on that first, try, but if you made it past the third day, then we were going to meet one another. So when I met people on that fourth or fifth day or whatever, I was wondering why they didn't smile or cheese in their pictures handsome brother, body just cut, nice car, good job. Conversation was all right. But dang, it looked like he bit a grenade. Literally, teeth was just like, so I can't, it was just like, it's not going to work.
Wow.
So that's the problem. You do have
It
to meet
hurts.
one another.
Wow.
But hey, everything is real. My teeth is they there.
Mine are too.
Man,
And
okay.
if they wasn't, man, I got a really good dental plan that I can get these bad boys, together. But, with the dating, I've dated people who felt that the relationship should be texting. And I can't do that.
And I can't either. I can't even get with that. It's just like you text and that's it.
Yeah.
Men don't like to text anyway. Our fingers too
tell.
big. Our fingers too big.
I
We
can't-
always typo, messing up
I
words.
think the older men, before those who were here before the text messaging came out, those guys don't like to text. But those who are here that technology
Those who had
came out
pagers.
and they were, teenagers exactly, or preteens before technology, and now everybody got these text messages or phones that are, got text messaging, they feel that the best way to start a relationship with a female, let me text you, let me text her, text that I can just hit send and then I'm dating 20 million people or whatever, but I ain't got to take nobody
Multitask.
on a date because the female is not requiring you to take me
Absolutely.
on a date. I'm requiring you to send me a text message. I think that's cute. He sent me a smiley face. That's cute. He sent me a picture of his face. He cute. Then if you get perverted and send me a shot,
A what shot?
a little man
Oh.
shot,
Oh.
she sometimes she thinks that's cute. I don't think it's cute. Don't send me no
Neither do
picture
I.
of your winky because I think that's just disgusting. I'm not gonna send you a picture of my monkey. You're not gonna get a picture of. I don't want to see your winky. So,
Winky and monkey.
winky and monkey.
We learned something new today.
You can't do the monkey. No, you can't look. No, the monkey is private. So you have that. And some young women or new women to this whole little dating era, they just don't know what to do, especially like if you've been married.
Right.
And now you're going back into the dating field. That is the hard thing.
But you know what? You said something very key. You said that women are not requiring
no,
men to.
to court them. To come in.
I think it's how she feels too. Like a lot of women nowadays are really independent. Plus, y'all outnumber us like crazy. So it's like women are so independent. They so wrapped up in gazebos, and I want to know these things. And so it's not really about like let's put together and do this thing. It's more so like I'm gonna do this thing, and I already have it now. So. Okay.
But it really is though. I mean, it's rare. It's like the dynamics of dating and everything has totally changed. It's like you go from meeting a person to you just go from meeting to a person to sleeping together or hooking up or whatever. And then after the hookup, then you'll decide,
whether or not-
okay, it was pretty good or it was okay. I think I want to date this person and see how everything goes. But it was an intricate, which was why these relationships have problems, because the intricate part of that scenario was totally bypassed. The getting to know each other, the dating, the talking, the seeing each other, all that part was skipped.
Mhm.
So now you have situations like it's complicated.
Yeah.
Because we didn't do it in the beginning.
Mhm.
So now on the back end, you're trying to get to know these people, but it's too late. It's already a strong connection there. So you don't know what's real versus what's hormonal,
Yeah.
because that stuff
That's
is
true.
already,
Already done.
already done.
Mhm.
But my
Absolutely.
thing, even if we have dated or whatever, and we've been on the date and you've been a perfect gentleman and stuff, and the next day we go on and you're still a perfect gentleman the whole nine, and then if I decide that I would like a kiss now, and if I kiss you and it is just no feeling there,
Bye-bye.
like,
I don't think people really even kiss anymore though.
I like to
Like,
kiss.
I know people like to kiss. But for the most part, like, I really don't like my friends or even in relationships that I've been in. It's like It's not a lot of kissing.
Right, because again, that's a big
Ages.
part of it that is missing because kissing leads to it's so intimate.
Yeah.
You can't just go around just kissing,
Kissing
puckering
everybody.
up with everybody.
You can't do
Exactly.
that.
You can't because it's like there's no connection. You have to have some type of connection.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, it's like all that it's missing.
Yeah.
It's missing because I mean a lot of it and I feel a lot of it is due to these reality shows.
Oh, yes.
A lot of it is due to social media. A lot of it is due to music. Everything now you hear, you watch, and you see is just fast forward. Hi, bang, we together. We done hooked up. You know, oh, the baby not mad. The baby. Wait a minute. We missed everything.
We missed the
Absolutely.
middle.
In between.
Absolutely.
We'd have made a sandwich with no meat in the middle or anything. It's not even no vegetables in the middle. It's just air with 2 pieces of bread and we just rubbing it.
Right, and people don't realize it. That's just like me going to the restaurant. I'm gonna order my dessert first. Eat my dessert. Oh, this is delicious. You know what? I think I'll order something to eat. What kind of? That doesn't make any sense. It's just like you're starting at the end and then you're backtracking to the beginning. But it's so much that has happened that could have been avoided if those steps had have been taken. And what steps are those? Let me just tell you really quick. For those that may have forgotten, the steps are call. Don't text. I shouldn't have to tell you, call me. Don't text me. I mean, an occasional text. If you're busy, an occasional text here and there. I'm thinking about you, this and that. That's fine. But don't let that be the only point of communication that we have.
Or
because
messenger.
I'm going to get an attitude. I'm just going to tell you. Then you have to come if, and this is a kind of gray area right here because people are crazy today. But if I feel like I want to tell you where I live so that you can come and pick me up, get out the car, come to the door, open the door for the house door, and then open the car door for me and shut it so that I can get in. Unfortunately, we have to take these steps because a lot of men are just not doing it. And because I understand you're not running into women that require that. I see you.
What's up, Pooh? What's up?
What you gonna say?
On the defense.
It's not necessarily defense, but I think that a lot of women have gone so long without it, right? To where sometimes they don't expect it. So when you do
Absolutely.
it, it's like, wow, he does that, right? But then you also have a whole different species of the woman that, you know, when he does show that particular side of himself, the emotional or the more sensitive side of himself, then she feels that like he's a victim.
But
The
that's
person-
not even being sensitive.
It's like, I know I'm not saying that particular
A sensitive
that
side. That's
act,
just being
that particular act.
a
You're
man
absolutely
and
correct, you know.
courting
course,
a
of
woman.
course.
A man. That's and
But
go
it's
ahead.
like when you first, I mean, that's just how they looking at it. They looking at, you know, these guys who I've dated this way, and to them, they feel that they are more stronger. You know, a woman seeks security, so maybe he can secure me better. I don't know the logic. I'm not a woman, but, you know, you guys can tell me
But we want to
that.
know from a man's point
You know,
of view.
from a man's point of view, I like opening up the doors. I mean, even if it's just our first date, 100th date, you my girl, you my mother, my friend.
Maybe we
you
got a
woman,
J spot
you know?
hookup.
You know?
I'm just.
I don't
God
know.
dog it. I don't need no J spot. You know, cause you know you see how they
Cheeks
how
is
they do
rosy
me.
right
Y'all
now.
see how they do.
I don't know if I can see that.
Yes, they are.
So say your first date, you meet a new chick. You're not with the last boo. You with a new with a new female, a new sister or whatever.
Down
And
with it. It's complicated.
and so where would you take her to? Well, what would you do?
And even with that, it's like, well, I would ask her where would she want to go. First of all, I would ask her where you would want to go.
No.
I would. I'm just saying.
If you're gonna take me out, if you're planning, you asked me out, you need to plan the date.
Can I say something? We've done years of that, and that just going where we wanted to go. End up with at the end of the night, she has an attitude. She don't want to be here whole time.
Well, if you took her to Kitty Land, then of course she gonna have an attitude. But
No, we're
to
not taking her to
plan,
Kitty
you have
Land.
to plan a date.
This is true.
And that's
This
the
is
thing.
true.
Men, some men have
is
gotten so far away from that they don't even know how to plan a date. A date consists of more than dinner and a movie. Do something creative. I mean,
dancing, do
to the
go
museum.
paint.
I
So,
mean,
what would
it's
you want your first date to be? Say,
Miss J.
My first date, I would love to go to an art gallery or go to an art gallery, go rock climbing, depending on if my nails are
we got a
done.
call. What would you like to say, caller?
How you doing? This is JB3 of the Off the Wall Show on Intellectual Radio.
Hi, how you doing?
How you doing? I'm sitting here looking at your show, and I just so happened to notice that I went to high school with your panel.
That one or that one, the guy or the girl?
Yeah, good old Milton over there.
Thank God it wasn't
How you
me.
doing?
See, he gave that name Armand, but we know
Right,
that's
I'm trying to go-
Jack.
Hey. We don't do the
Government
N-word
name.
around here.
See, it's always
Don't do that
somebody
word.
always getting busted out on this show.
Somebody.
So whenever you come to this show,
A lot of people know
please,
Tina Turner's real name.
please make sure your
So,
stuff is in
For
order.
you, brother, how would you do a date?
Well, you know what? I would actually be the first person to walk down and walk into the door and open the door up. I just told a friend of mine today, you can't touch any door in front of me today.
Right.
See?
You can touch the
We
door
know
in front of
that.
me because I'm the person that opens the door for you. I'm
That's
supposed
right.
to be the one to let you do. I mean, you're supposed to be the shining one in this date right now.
So now, do you think that men have gotten away from that?
Definitely, a lot of men have.
So how can we as women, without being so forceful about it, but how can we gently remind men that this is what we want, this is what we need?
Well, and honestly, it starts with the man, the father in the house. It has to, the father figure. He has to be able to see what it is to court a woman growing up, and so it'll be instilled in him from then. I mean, as far as now, you trying to show him and teach him,
It's not gonna work.
It kind of,
It's not gonna work.
teaching the old dog new tricks. If it's not in him, it's not in him.
So is all hope lost then for single women out here dating, looking for a man to simply open the door, to simply plan a date? It seems like now that you're asking for too much because most women don't require that.
That's true. That's true. But like I said, you know what? I think Steve Harvey said it best. A man will change for a woman, the woman he loves and the one he wants. He's not willing to, he won't.
So how would he ever know how would he ever get to that point if he can't even open the door and plan a date? He just wants to go right to the hookup. How would he ever get
If
there?
that's the case, he's not the man for you. That's just as simple.
Yes.
But why
That
would you
is
keep saying
true.
he though? I mean, a lot of women go straight to the hookup too. That hit you with the
They do.
switch up.
Yeah, absolutely. That is absolutely true.
So I mean,
If the woman, okay, say you're
This
on a
is
date,
a-
right? Both of you all, you're on a date, and the woman goes to, it was a nice day, and she invites you up for a quote unquote nightcap, and starts to, get you something to drink or whatever, and she gets undressed and comes back in her nightgown or whatever to show you that she wants to invite you into her bedroom. Are you gonna go?
you want to go first with me, brother?
And
You
tell
already
the
did. You on
truth
the show.
too.
You want me to go
Yeah, you
first?
go
Oh,
ahead. You wanna
and I'm
tell
gonna tell
the
the truth.
truth.
Honestly, no, I'm the predator. You see, so if once I come in, you declaw me and you try to, that's gonna
If it's the first date,
Hey,
then
right.
possibly it depends on how, well the date went. Of course it went well because she's inviting you upstairs. Then, yeah, I mean, as long as I got a condom, of course.
that's right. My dude.
Well, thank you so much for calling us.
Yes, thank you. We
No
really
problem.
Thank you so
appreciate
much
it.
for tuning in. Invite your friends to watch the J Spot on intellectualradio.com.
Yes.
We really appreciate you. Oh, we do got a number.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So that was really so
Can't see
if
the other two digits.
if you have a condom, because that's the only thing that I got out the conversation.
Right. She blocked out
So-
everything.
Right.
Except for that part.
I just went right there. So you're going upstairs, and what if she's just honestly inviting you for a nightcap?
Then I mean, it would just be the nightcap. No,
And-
I would talk and we would nightcap the night, talk about how well things went, or probably what could have
What
been
do
better.
the next
You
day
know,
or
or
whatever.
if it would be a second date, would you like to see me again? No, these type of things. And then I would say it was lovely, and then I
So
would make
what
my
makes-
exit.
So what
Yeah.
makes a man determine if there'll be a second date?
Well, I can't say a man.
Right.
Well, I can say this man. This man. You know, it's to me, it's conversation. I'm a very creative person. I'm a film director, so I like you have to like be creative. It's things that you do, you know, the way you talk, or you know, little things that you switch up. You know, just not the norm of or every day. That to me, that's what like I like creative people. So that would definitely draw me in for another day.
Hi, caller. What is your name and what are you calling for?
This is Q with P's and Q's Radio, just calling the show support to you, Jay.
Hi. How are you?
What's
I
happening?
feel like I'm the only
How
in the
are
street
you?
now.
Man, y'all doing good. Y'all doing y'all thing. Y'all like the show.
Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
So, how would you do your first date if you were single and you were seeing someone and this is the first time that you've met them? How would you do your first date?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
I wouldn't do a date.
What would you do?
Nothing. I would flip the script on y'all. You know, y'all talking about the dates and the men. What about the women nowadays? They not cooking no more.
All right now.
You know, brother, wait.
Wait,
On the-
you
on
wait
talk on
one
them ramen
minute.
noodles.
Wait a minute.
Wait, you better check out my page,
Down the
sweetie.
line.
You know, you better check out my page, sweetie, because if I haven't posted food on my page since probably December, but my page, all you see, and everybody who knows Edra Muhammad, baby, no, I ain't get this big from just the children, okay?
Okay, well,
I
Jay
cook.
Vance
Wait,
cooks,
hold
you
on,
know,
hold on.
not often, but I do cook and I
just
can
like
cook.
We're talking about thousands of other women.
But you're right. You are
This is
right.
true.
You
We're
are
talking about
right.
masses.
You're not talking about me as a man. You're talking about all men that's out there.
Right.
What they do for a date. I'm talking about all women in general.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
At the times have changed. You know, back in the days, the women used to take care of the home. They used to cook. They used to make sure everything's straight. Now you come in, hi, how you doing? Hey, baby, here, kids. My wife's sitting here looking at me like I'm crazy.
He gonna get beat up tonight.
Don't get him.
Right, don't sleep on that
Hi,
couch,
we
brother.
just asking nice, friendly questions. But you know what? You said something real key though, Q. You said that it's changed. And it's like what from me being a single person, how do we get that back? Because every woman is not looking for going from point A to point D like that fast. I mean, every woman is not looking for that. How do the women that are looking for dates, flowers, candy? Well, I mean, for me, I don't want candy. You can bring me a nice caramel latte or a
Caramel
smoothie,
latte.
and I am putty in your hands. But okay, but enough of that.
Message.
Yeah, you know, but how do we get back to that? The opening the doors and things of that nature. How do we get back to that?
I'm after you, Q.
Here's the thing now. You got to know what you want.
Right.
What you looking for. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not the guy that open doors, or if I'm not the guy that send you flowers, might try to make me that.
Okay.
Me and you ain't made for one another if that's what you're looking for and I can't give you that.
Okay. So do you think it's fair to ask him up front to see, okay, so maybe the first day he didn't do that, but then I say, okay, well, I like this, this, and this. Should you give that man another chance, or would that be considered trying to change him?
Wait a minute. If you stop dating a guy just because he don't open the door for you, it's something else wrong.
Well, yeah, because he wanted to go from date. He didn't want to date. He just wanted to hook up.
Well, we are
No.
going to.
I mean, it's something else wrong if you quit going to see. That could be your dream man that you letting go.
Right, right.
Because he ain't open the door.
But he placed me in a nightmare because he didn't open the door.
Or he's sending you flowers.
Right, and it turned into a nightmare because he wasn't
And
doing
just
those
because he opened the door
things.
for you, he could be opening a lot of doors next day too. So
Well, we gonna get to that part.
You know.
Right, we're gonna establish that my door is the only door that he's going to be opening. He will know that. Thank you so much for calling in. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Y'all,
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you. So he said that it was something else wrong if you decided to not talk to a man because of that. But do you think it's too much pressure as you being a man? So say we went out the first time and you didn't open it. Myself personally, if I'm with a man and you walk in before me, first date, I don't care. I do it to my son, no lie, true story. You can ask him. He walks in the door before me and he doesn't hold the door. I'm standing right there. I'm gonna let the door just slam, just slam, and you'll turn around and you'll be like, "What? You were right behind." Yes, that's the problem. You were supposed to have held the door for me. So after I've shared that with you, then I think that right there may be an indicator to what type of woman that you're dealing with.
Absolutely, because I think that's what it is too. You can't use every jacket doesn't fit every person, so you can't just like come in I'm gonna put this jacket on this young lady or treat her this particular way, and she might not be into that. She might want you to pull her hair, and it's a lot of women that's out there.
Wait a minute. Let's get to the point.
So you got some who don't like the hair being pulled. You got some who do like a little more aggression. Is this what I'm saying?
If I don't have a sewing in. Pull away. See,
right, but what does that have to do with dating and courting and just even?
Because to get to the second date, right? I have to be compatible with you. So if he's a guy who's like really really into like whatever more women, or let's just say that if he's into not really exclusiveness, and then but she's looking for exclusiveness, and then they hook up that first day. I mean, things got to start to let you know what he's looking for, and she's got to start letting him know what she's looking for before they even get to the bedroom. See, that's usually be the problem. It's like he looks so good, I can bypass what I really want, and then once I give him what he wanted, then now you got to give me what I wanted. It don't really work that way. We got to come to the table for negotiations, and before any war is kicked off.
Okay, so I have a question then. So say y'all haven't even made the first date, literally. Y'all have talked on the phone and y'all are gonna go out, but you wind up hooking up. And then the second time you see each other, you hook up. So, and now the third time she wants, a date. Is she wrong to now take it 2 steps or 3 steps backwards to take it to dating now?
No. She's not wrong, but she has to be realistic in her expectations. Right. You can't get mad if he doesn't want that, and then he might want it a month later. These things are very complicated in that kind of way. He might be talking to his friends. I really like her, and then his guy's like, oh well, I don't know,
which is why that should be established.
You need to take it a little slower.
Right, but take it a little slower before hitting the sheets. Take it that slow.
I agree.
Because I think that if people take the time to just get to know each other, you'll find out a lot about people, and you can avoid a lot of situations.
Restraining orders.
But you can definitely avoid those.
So you take the time. You've known each other now. It's been a month, 2, or whatever, right? You've only just been literally dating, no sex, nothing. The kiss on the cheek, not even mouth to mouth kiss. Kissing the
that's
cheek,
still the representative phase. So that's still not real yet.
3 months, 4 months down now.
Now you're getting somewhere.
And now you both are feeling that urge to, to hit it or whatever. And then when you get there, we're about 4 months down. We're about 4 months down because let's be realistic, this is 2016 now. So you get there to the hitting stage, and when she undresses and he undresses, his package is not what you expected.
Oh God!
Yes, let's get deep into this conversation.
Is not what you expected. Her monkey may, it may be a falling river, and his little wanky, literally, he may be hung to his knees. So, well, she kind of like that one. Or it may be, in his
only
stomach.
Only in the J spot.
So if his wanky is in his stomach, don't call me if you hung to your knees. Don't call me. But if his wanky is in his stomach, and you can't even, it's so small, you just do like that, and it just do a little stopper, Are you going to stop the date now? Because y'all done already got to the point where the bed is here. Y'all are ready to bust the skins and stuff. But
with what? With what? I mean, if you're describing with what?
So you
see, that's another thing too. That's another thing. Women are very, very harsh on those type of brothers.
Oh, you're not talking about yourself.
On those type of brothers. Women be really, really hard on them. So he might be the one who opening up doors. He might be the one doing all this for you. So I mean, you gonna throw him away because he falls short in other areas?
Okay,
Miss J Spot. It's on you.
Oh, well, yeah, Miss J Spot is very shallow.
He's not going to be able to enter the date.
Oh, no, he will not. No. No. No.
So what if he could, if he got this boat now and he can move that boat and work it, though he's working with, 2 inches.
I'm done. I'm very superficial, so I would have to definitely. I just have to deal with someone that's not going to open the door. If that's the case,
that proves my point.
If those were the choices,
Could we get like?
However, the thing is, going back to this, you're getting there 4 months down the line, and you're entering that point. See, there are some things that should be done prior to that, so you don't get caught
called grazing.
So that you don't get
teenage years, huh?
Right, so that you don't get caught off guard. There are certain things that you may want to do.
So how far off from the first group when you recognize?
Like, what's the first? What would you do? What would you do?
Do you immediately, hey, this not gonna work for me? Start arguing.
Well, if we're already there, then yeah, I'm gonna have to make some quick decisions. You're gonna have to be really quick on your feet. So let's just get that clear. You gotta be quick on your feet.
How far off in the dating do you start groping?
You know what? For me personally, I mean, you have to earn that stage. I mean, this is not a
So
free
you
for
gotta
all.
earn the group.
Absolutely.
No, I'm just saying. Literally, this would be like about a 3-year process.
That's okay, because this is not a free for all. That's the whole thing. It's like we take that. It's so common that it's just like, okay, everybody is not worthy to touch me. Everybody is not worthy to touch this temple. Now, I don't care what anybody else feels that their body is. This is a temple, and everybody does not have the privilege to have access to this temple. So that's first off.
What do you say about the men who do open the doors? Because I know this type of situation. This is real. This ain't my situation.
That doesn't give you access to this temple.
No, I ain't saying that.
You're going to do that regardless.
Definitely not saying that. You got a guy who opens the door. It's been about maybe a year and a half or something. And then, he's been faithful to you, all of this stuff. And then it's like he's ready. But she's like, I still need more time. And in that type of situation, with him, it's like, okay, should he keep going on like he wants to commit to you.
Right.
He know
well,
I'm ready to get married.
So a year and a half, why are we not talking about marriage?
That's what I say. He knows he's ready to get committed. He's ready to marry.
He's ready to get committed versus you've asked me to marry you. Those are two different things. So you're still trying to figure out
women are very
where you're going.
See that, right?
The guy behind
very,
the camera.
very technical.
I can't
you
look
can
over
see
there.
his face. Y'all will be dying because he's like.
But you know what? I'm gonna tell you though. I have been in that situation. And I have definitely been in that situation, and it did not work out simply because that's all it was. I was a challenge for him, but I'm just like this. It is what it is. Once I have my mind made up to something what I want, then I'm committed to that. So that's just what it is. That was the deal with us, but it did not work out, and it was like a year, a little over a year, and it just dissipated because we were going 2 different places. You're telling me one thing, but your actions are saying something different. Sure. So I'm looking at what you're showing me. And as I said, it did not work out. But I say, wait, take your time, get to know a person, because therefore you won't have any regrets. I mean, because if you're moving so fast, you don't even know if you really like this person, because once you're intimate with somebody, then it's like, especially if, don't let it be real good. See, now you're going to forget that he had a cock eye.
You don't care if you open the door at that point.
You're going to forget that his left arm was shorter than his right arm. You're going to forget about a whole lot of that until you get mad at him.
But that shouldn't happen. That shouldn't.
But it does. That's just the truth, though. It does.
Because everybody need love.
Don't mess with the handicap, because listen, baby. Okay, listen. This is before I got a little, religion in my life and stuff. And baby, I was with the dude. I hope he's watching, because I know he's watching. And so we decided, to consummate our relationship. And I knew that the leg was that he had, 1.5 legs, but he had a false leg on there. So I was like, okay, he's a sweetheart. No problem. I mean, sweetheart. Took us out, took me everywhere I wanted, So we get into the room now. We're about to consummate our little relationship. And so I'm laying there, and I'm on top, and I look behind me, and I'm like 1, 2, 3, and I'm like, I'm counting 3 legs, I'm counting my 2 and his 1. And I'm like, something's missing. Because he moved too fast for me to see him take the leg off. So that's why I was like, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Oh, and then I saw the 4th one up at the top. And I was like, but mind you, had the bomb on some head. He had a bomb on some head. And he was really
I would have been mortified though.
He was so sweet. And he was very endearing. And I mean, the love making was really wonderful. I mean, it really was. I had to give it what it was, And we're good friends to this day.
I would have been mortified. I mean, you have to. You have to warn me. You cannot just.
I was warned. I knew that he had, because he was in a car accident. He was washing his car, and a drunk driver came on the road. And so when they tried to tell him to get out the way, it was too late, and he turned around and his leg got smashed.
I definitely get all that, and I would.
I'm sorry, Aunt Dean, you didn't know, but yeah, we got busy. But when we did our thing, I knew that he was missing that, but. At that point, I really cared about him, and it was young puppy love, but I really did care about him. And then we did our thing. And
so how long were you guys together? Did you guys date?
We did date. We did. We dated. Mind you, like I said, I was young. So we dated for, I want to say about 5 months or whatever. And he took me everywhere, and I grew up in Mississippi. So growing up down there is at that time, there was no bus like it is in Chicago. So we went movie theaters. We went to the theaters in another city and stuff. He took me to dinner in another city and stuff. Mm-hmm. We did things in our town, but our town was small, so everybody knows everybody, and you don't want everybody in your business. Right. So we did things. He taught me how to drive and stuff. I mean, we had a really good time. He was a sweetheart. I knew his family. I knew everybody.
So from a man's point of view, how long do you give the dating process? How long is it before you expect to hook up with a woman? You're dating.
When you say hook up, you mean like in a relationship or being intimate? Intimate. Well, I think
after dating her.
I think that's after dating her. I think that's really I think that we as people always try to paint life as a picture and make it still and make it stagnant and make it perfect and erase the blemishes, but that's not really life. So you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you could leave here, Miss J Spot, and go and have you a nice time and see a nice young man and then stuff gets running high. I'm just saying, and then the next thing you know, before you know it, in the tool shed.
Oh yeah, no, that's not.
I'm just saying, it could happen. Anything is happening. Anything is possible.
No, that's not gonna happen. Really? Because the thing is, again, we go back to what it is. What do you want? See, it's all about knowing what you want and what you don't want, what you're gonna accept and what you're not gonna accept. And the thing is, I have standards. I know what I want. I don't have a list, but I know how I want to be treated.
Are you sure you don't have a list?
I don't really have a list, but I know how I don't. But I know how I want to be treated.
No,
I have both legs.
Gotta open the door.
He can't be short.
Can't be short. What else?
He can't.
Gotta bring lattes.
Divorced. He can't be divorced.
Oh, lattes.
Lattes.
Yeah.
He gotta
no divorce.
But those are requirements.
No, those are your requirements. So you do have a list.
No, I don't have a list. I just expect to be treated as a woman with respect.
Each woman is different.
No.
Yes.
Each woman is different, and I am not going to be.
And then she said, "What you want, right?"
Yes.
You said like the things that you want, right? And then.
But that's the thing.
What if you go to a store and you say, "I want, a double cheeseburger," but they like, we don't serve those here. Right?
Okay,
that
then
means
I have to go find me a double.
And then you're like, hey, it's the shortest. It's a mad cow disease. Like everything is just leading up to it's getting shorter and shorter on this thing that you really, really, really want. At one point, no, I'm not saying you have to change, but I'm just asking this question. At one point, will a woman just like, okay, well, not lowering my standards, but I'm looking at
would be
from
lowering
I'm
your
gonna pick the best from what's here. Either be single forever.
But see, I disagree with that, because these are just common traits that a man has to possess when he's dealing with a woman.
Right? You say has to, but majority of the men who you say out here don't have these things.
Well, then you know what?
So
and you're saying that majority of the women that you come into contact with, that just means I need to change my circle and I have to change my surroundings to get that type of man that I need in my life. That's the thing. That's all that is. It's not that it's a shortage. You're just at the wrong place. You're looking, or you're in the wrong place. It's not that there's a shortage. So when you're looking for a woman, I mean, I don't have anything against the clubs, but just don't expect too much.
Exactly.
Because it's all an illusion. It's like not all people, but most people are there for one thing. But again, if you slow down a little bit and maybe talk to that person, then you may find out something different. But the general rule of thumb is, they're all there. We're all there looking for the same thing if we're in a club. But let's go out, say to a museum. Not saying that you're not going to run into these type of people there, but my thing is know what you want. But I don't feel like that's requiring that's a list because you want a man or a woman to act a certain way.
Oh yeah.
So
I definitely got a list. I got classifications.
What do you expect as a woman from a woman? What type of?
Did y'all see that? I hope y'all can see this because it's like.
What's your list?
What is right?
Well, first of all, I like ladylike.
Same thing I'm
you know
saying.
what I'm saying? So I mean, but what I mean by also like you say though, but what I'm saying is like from some women that's out here and if I was dating these women, and we're just speaking hypothetically. So say if it's 5 women in the whole world, and of these 5 women, okay, this is the most ladylike of them. Then that's maybe the one I would go to. So that's what I was asking you earlier.
But 5 is not a safe number because it's more than 5.
But that's the type of female you like. You like a lady, basically.
Yeah, basically a lady and someone who compliments me. And that's why I say creative.
By compliment you?
Compliment me because I'm weird.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm very weird.
So compliment you like give verbal compliments, or you're talking about compliment your
compliment
words,
my style, right?
Okay.
If I dress a certain way, not saying that she should dress a certain way, but she's gonna be a certain way because that's
how you are.
But what if it's just really flat out like weird? Like she's like, okay,
oh, I'm not wearing no for real type stuff. I'm just saying. I mean,
but
when I say weird, I mean more of like we could be walking, I would just stop and like. Look at birds and trees for like 5-6 minutes because I see art in everything.
Right.
So that's type of weird. Not like wearing a pink afro.
That you would definitely want to go after someone that's more artsy,
but more so understing to him.
Right, because she don't necessarily have to be artsy. She could just say when I'm in my artsy mode, bam, we artsy, babe. And then when she's in her, whatever thing she's into, I can care enough about that person to where I say, oh, I'm not into soap operas, but guess what? I'm gonna watch them with you one time.
Watch it with them soap operas now because I love me some soap operas. Now you can't know.
Man, soap operas, reality shows, baby.
So, okay, what does it take to stay in a relationship then? For you, say you're in a relationship, what is it that she has to do or whatever for you to stay there in that relationship?
Listen to her. No, listen. Now, that is a very good question, and I think that's why most relationships that we have out here really don't work because we don't know. We learn in ourselves. Everybody, it's 2 months from now, something that you said today, you might not even feel the exact same way about it. Something you may like, okay, so how does that change in relationships? You know what I'm saying? So I think that long as we realize that as people we fluctuate, we're fluid, we're not solid. When we realize that people make mistakes, people think about other things. Oh, I want this, but I want to change my mind. That happens. That's all I'm saying. And when we see that, we can be able to correlate better.
Thank you for calling the J Spot. Who are you calling?
Who are you calling?
What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Erica. I just met Miss Jaye on yesterday.
Hi, Erica.
Hi, Erica.
How are you?
Hey, so I'm tuning in, and so my question is, when dating, is it more important to focus on being intentional about what I want from this man as far as the characteristics and courting, or should I focus more on my standards as far as what this man should look like and, present to me? Which one is more important right now?
So the either the physical standards that you want, or if he's the one that will be financially responsible and the more mature one or whatever in the relationship, that's what you're basically asking? Which one?
Like when dating, which is more relevant
right.
dating, at the dating point.
in the dating
phase.
Well, I think that it's whatever. What's more important? What's more important to you? I mean, you have that's what something that you have to decide if the way he looks versus the way he treats you, which one means more to you, and then kind of take it from there. Like me, I'm definitely how you treat me. That's first and foremost. And then everything else we can hopefully we can fix it. But like I say, I would tell you, don't listen. Depend on what the problem is. You can't really expect too much from me. I mean, if it's some serious things, I'm just like, whoo. And I know people will say, oh, that's why she's single. And guess what? That's okay. Because I'm happy. I don't have to deal with all of, all of this crazy stuff.
For
you is rough, man.
Which one do you think is more important, during the dating phase?
Whether she would be financially take care of me?
Not take care of you. Do you feel as
right? That question has to be like revised.
Well, if it flip it around or whatever, in the dating phase, mind you, do you feel that you all should discuss the future, or is this just
Well, honestly, I think it's the at hand, and I think that we need not to come in with so many expectations, like I said earlier. And just the dating is really the observation stage where you watch and you listen more than you tell and you talk. That's how you learn. So if you watch and listen, okay, I don't like it. Yeah, I'm out. You see what I'm saying? Because you're able to see it. But if I say, I like a man who does this, or I like a woman who does this, then they magically become that person for the next 2 months. And then when they feel they got you and they tired of holding up the facade, then here is the real me.
Absolutely.
Then,
Absolutely. So to answer your question, I think that just depends on what's more important to the individual.
Well, for me, if it's the dating phase, then I'm not really, if I know that I just want to get to know you right now, I'm not thinking about the future, only because you may not make it past day 2 with me. You may not make it past next week with me. So if this is our first date, like, I have to get to know you. And once I figure out how you are on this first date or whatever, because eventually your true side is going to pop out throughout the course of that date. It's going to pop out. Mm-hmm. You can't always play that gentleman role, and I'm not going to always play that, perfect innocent role. It's going to pop out. Mm-hmm. And once I see whether or not I can tolerate you and be like, okay, yeah, we'll go on to phase 2, but I don't take you, when it comes down to futuristic stuff, no, because I'm not there right now. I don't want to hop into a marriage right now. I want to get to know you right now. So thank you so much for calling.
Thank you, Erica.
Thank you for viewing.
Thank you.
Have a nice night and continue to watch the J Spot.
Thank you.
Now, one of my friends, I'm feeling jealous and left out because I know I done advertised and plugged all day long. And ain't none of y'all done called the show and said, I know that girl right there, that pretty young woman
that's
in the middle.
Bubbling bug.
Hello.
Beauty, bubbling beauty.
My girl on my phone has been texting me, and she said that he's got to do what he got to do or either move out the way. She said, you got to feed her, make sure the electricity is on, and don't bring her no Happy Meal. Or if not, she going to leave you alone. Sorry, Kim.
Right.
So,
right.
So everything is real,
I think that brings us to the age-old problem, too, time versus the money. Like a lot of women want a man who can spend time, and they also want a man who can spend money. But that's two different guys. Because if I have a lot of time to spend with you, I ain't making no money.
No, you can't.
Right, but I don't even think it's about a lot of time. It's about the quality of the time. What we are doing with that time that we are together. Because I understand I don't have a lot of time. So
it's usually arguing about more time.
Yeah, no, I don't.
The time to get it arguing for more time.
One of the guys who was on last week, he was in a relationship for a long time with his ex or whatever, and they had a child together, and he felt that she cheated because he worked so much.
Right.
And he
That's
felt that
true.
she put him out the house because of the time that he didn't have to spend with her. And I'm like this, as long as I know that you at work and you bringing in that income, we can pillow talk. We'll make time for one another, but you most definitely have to have a 9 to 5 plus a side hustle, because I know me and I have a 9 to 5 plus a few side hustles or whatever. So I'm going to let you be the man that you're supposed to be. Mind you, because a lot of females do not let or allow guys be that man. They
But that's-
emasculate them.
Yeah.
Or they're
true?
used to being the head so much
I
or
was
so
just about
long.
to say that she hit it
They
on
don't know
the
how
head.
to let go of
To
the reins.
relieve
Yeah, they
the
don't.
post.
Release it. They don't know how to do that.
Mhm.
You know, is it easy for you to let go of the reins, Jay?
Oh no, I already know that.
I already know she's
But the
holding on
thing
tight.
is,
Tight.
no. But the thing is with me is I know my role as a woman, and I will know my role and my place in this man's life. So that's why I know I can't just hook up and connect with anyone. You have to be first. If you don't know where you're going, then how are you possibly going to lead me and lead a family? So unfortunately, I cannot and I will not relinquish my role to someone that does not know where they're going.
Absolutely.
So I won't even deal with them because I know we have to be on one accord, because then it's going to be some problems, in the relationship. But it's like you have to go back to what it is that you want, what it is that you need. And I understand that he's busy, I'm busy, but at the same time, if you all don't make time for each other, then someone else will
make time.
She's gonna complain to this guy, he's gonna know that you're in a relationship or you're married. But the thing is, it goes into now she's complaining about you to him. So now, depending on what his intent is, now she's just opened the door,
Pandora's box,
for something else.
And the same
vice versa with the men.
The same as
Oh,
with
well,
the
she
man.
talks down to me and she this and she that. Oh, okay, well, let me show you. Let me come in and nurture you and do all the things that your
she's
man
not doing,
or your
the woman
woman
is
won't
not
do.
doing.
So now we've created other scenarios and other
Exactly.
situations. Now we're really in something complicated.
A triangle.
Yeah. So it's just like when you accept what it is that you want, it's not trying to change somebody. You just know what you want. And it's okay with that.
But
You
I
have
think
to
that
be okay
you were
with that.
dead on it, like from the beginning of the show. It's all about how speed, how slowing it down.
Yeah.
Slow everything
Right.
down. So you get to see everything, but a lot of times you meet a nice guy, he's trying to be slow. And you're like, but I really like him. I want him now. Who am I to you?
Yeah.
This is a girl that's met you 2 days ago.
This is what happens when you
What are
invite
you
someone
talking
into
about?
movies and stuff, and as being a guest on your show.
Yes.
He's a character
Yes,
in
that's
himself.
what we
I
do.
like that because you know
It's
what?
true.
But
It's true.
I think the older you get, then the less you have those questions. However, now I will say this. Men, listen, don't throw the mixed messages and then you won't get those type of questions. Establish that relationship. We're cool, we're just kicking it. Don't go, oh, this is my baby, and this,
Absolutely,
the stuff
brother.
that's
Don't
done
be-
that
hey,
creates
hey,
mixed
tell
messages.
her what it is.
And don't see now that's where all that comes in at, when you're creating those mixed scenarios and now you're sending mixed messages and mixed signals.
You absolutely correct on that one.
Just be what it is. Listen, we're dating right now. We're seeing each other, whatever you prefer to call it. But it's just like, be responsible. Make sure both parties know, listen, we're seeing each other. We're just dating.
Yeah.
I'm dating other people if that's the case.
Isn't that like immediately known?
No.
I'm talking about very day one. Like,
No.
hello, how you doing? What's your name?
No,
And then,
because-
like, from that point, when I take your phone number, do we go together?
I told you that's the regional thing.
I just want to know.
That's the regional
do we
thing.
go
Because
together?
you do have to ask those questions.
Dang.
Because I'm from the South and we don't date. Literally, we are in a relationship. If we exchange phone numbers and we're on the
we go
phone,
together.
we go together.
We go together.
You're my man. I'm
Oh,
your
man.
woman. We
Welcome to
are
the big
in a
city. They're like, it's
But
way
then when you
more-
come up here to Chicago, I learned the hard way. I was
I
like,
gave you
what
my
do you
phone
mean? What
number.
is dating? No. What do you mean? You dating me and her? No. So I said, okay, well, since you can date, I date. And I was bold.
And that was just collective phone
I put my
numbers.
boyfriend and my other boyfriend and my boyfriend down south all on the phone together. We all gonna date. That's what we doing,
Right.
because I was like, well, if it's done to me, now I'm gonna just give it to you.
Now, how did that work out?
I guess maybe by
See? Being honest works.
But I want to thank you so much. I want to let Brother Melton explain what it is that he does. I'm calling him by his government name.
Right.
I hope that you all family have enjoyed the J Spot
Absolutely.
tonight
I really
with our
hope you
host
have.
Jay, me Simply E, and Milton. We're going to give you the floor real quick so you can explain and do what
Wow.
it is you do.
Well, first of all, I wanted to thank Jay and Miss Muhammad
Thank you.
Okay.
for allowing me to be on you guys' show. I had fun. I learned a lot too about women. What? But that's yeah. But also, no, I'm a tattoo artist, so I talk to women all day, and they tell me all their problems, like almost like a psychiatrist, So I kind of deal with that. But what I have now going on, people, is I'm into film. I have my own film
thought I
production
was
company
dramatic.
called Red Row Productions.
Railroad
Red Row
Productions.
Productions. Shout out to Red Row Productions, all y'all out there. I am the director, the head director. I have Quisha Press. She's the art director. We have Reginald Dow. He's our producer. We have Tamika. The list goes on because I don't want to forget nobody because there's so many of us. But those are like the head people that make things happen. Nathan Shields, our DP. We do a lot of short films. We're actually working on a couple of films now, like 3 films that we're writing and working on now, trying to get the finance for, because it all comes out of my pocket.
Hello.
And every oh my God. But anyway, so that's what I do. And
How can they reach out to you?
well, we have Red Row Facebook page, Red Row Twitter. Soon we'll have a new website that's going up. So shout out to Chelsea. She's working on our website at the moment.
Do you want to spell it so that they can, if they want to go there now,
Yeah,
look you up?
REDROW.
Red
Red
Row.
Row.
Red
Row
Row.
Productions.
Okay.
So we on Facebook. You can hit us up. If you have family portraits you need to get done, we also do photography and stuff like that. Fashion photography, video editing, you name it, we do it.
Okay.
And he is a tattoo artist because his whole body
I'm
is just
tatted.
all the
See
way
how
up
she's
in
Like a
sneaking
biker
and trying
boy.
to
his
caress
page,
him.
Like a biker boy.
on his
Caressing him.
page, Tahel Kabata,
Yes.
TAHAILKABATA.
Mm-hmm.
He displays all of his artwork, whether it be body work or whether it is his his passion, which is in directing and in films and stuff. So you can always hit us up. This is Miss J.
Miss J.
I'm Simply E.
Simply E.
Yes, yes.
This is our
Armand
guest.
Lamar. Hey. Milton Jackson.
And you have been listening to the J Spot on Intellectual